In the introduction to the belongs to association, we connected the task model to the to-do list model, ensuring that each task is assigned to a single list, or a task belongs to a list. And as you saw, this is useful because we can easily traverse a task object to learn more information about its corresponding list, retrieving, for instance, the name. But how does an instance of the to-do list model know which tasks belong to it? This is the job of the one-to-many or the has-many relation, because one to-do list can conceivably have many tasks. So I've gone ahead and opened the to-do list model and defined a method called tasks. And as you can see, this time, instead of using the belongs to relation definition, this time we're using has many. So a to-do list instance has many tasks, and specifically those tasks are managed within the task model. So once this relation is defined, you can do all sorts of interesting things. So let's fire up the Tinker console again and experiment with it. I've returned to the Tinker console and I've already gone ahead and declared the namespace. So with that done, let's load the same to-do list record that was loaded in the previous example, which was the list associated with the ID 1. And we'll just load the name here for some context. So it's the San Juan vacation list. Now if you recall, we added a task to that list by way of the task in the previous example. But now, because of the has many declaration inside the to-do list model, we can examine a list's tasks from the perspective of the list. So for instance, we can count the tasks, and there should be one, and sure enough there is indeed one. Now we can go ahead and create a new task. We'll assign it a name, book hotel in Condado, and notice how we can save a task from the perspective of the list. So we've gone ahead and saved that. Now if I run the task counter again, you'll see that we have 2. And I can return to the MySQL table and load tasks again, and sure enough there's a new task called Book Hotel in Condado with a to-do list ID of 1, which points of course to the San Juan vacation list. Now I'll return to the Tinker console because I wanted to demonstrate another feature that you will use over and over again when working with a has many relation. So because a list's tasks are treated as a collection when this has many relation is defined, you can easily iterate over them. And this is of course something you're going to want to do when, for instance, you load a list detail view and want to include a list of the associated tasks. So I'll just demonstrate that here inside Artisan. So for each list tasks as task, and of course when you're inside your view you use the blade version of for each, but nonetheless the general concept is almost exactly the same. So task, and we'll add a new line character since we are inside the Tinker console. And finally we'll close the for each, and sure enough you see how both objects have been returned. Now of course you can choose to retrieve just the name if you'd like of each task, and we'll go ahead and do that, and sure enough buy airplane ticket and then book hotel in Condado have been output. So I hope this demonstration really makes clear just how powerful Laravel's database relation management capabilities really are, and hopefully you also saw how the belongs to and has many relations can interact with one another to build really powerful features quickly.